Welcome back to Timberborn and our Fortitude playthrough. So I'll just quickly go over the what was achieved in the last one. We've got this extra piece, bit of water now, if you like, and well, we're almost. Well, I should say I'm almost there with it. It only needs a couple of more planks to be able to, well, 10 more logs, and I have got enough logs, so we will get that definitely finished in this playthrough. The reason why I'm doing the 3, if you've not seen this before, is when I turn down this one will move as well with it. So unfortunately you have to have 3 there. So that's the way that is. We're at 165. Now this isn't going to last. I have to, in this playthrough, be able to get... I've unlocked the gears, and I've got the gears here. But I haven't got the planks to be able to get the actual thing going. So let's start this off. I know it's very slow to start with, but it's we have got a drought coming, so that's fine. Now we should, after this one, theoretically get the badwater. Now we've already set up while this is going. I'm set up there. I only have to have another one going, and I have to get rid of this to be able to get the badwater down. Now we can survive in this one badwater, but the trouble is, if I get this down here, I'm going to have to flush it out, and I don't want to do that. That means I'm going to get rid of all the water. So we're also moving these to be done as well. So all this will be in here in this section, but this is the most important thing to get actually done at this precise moment. Obviously, I am doing some logs, I think. Well, in fact, actually, because I've got this, I am now going to get the gears going. I have got to start getting this going. It's a better word. I want them here. Now, this is why I've done this. You see this tractor here. These will be changed. These will get moved, let's say, into here, and then I'll do a larger water. So we look at the storage for an example. I haven't unlocked it, and I've got enough obviously points to unlock it. That's no problem. So I'll be putting it in. As you can see how large that is compared to these. These hold 300 compared to these 30. But obviously we have to have 20 gears. So I need to then produce the gas. I've got enough of the planks to do it, because I need the 25 to get in there. So that's all I've got to consider at the moment. I don't know whether I do have... and I worked out that last time that to get more beavers... Now, I have a contaminated one. Now, that will die, unfortunately. That was a right pain. This was because I'd had one of these set on, which I am going to have to be very careful not to. Remember, this is in hard mode. It's not normal mode. And so we have to be very, very careful on this early to be able to get going. Now, as you can see now, I now have enough water to be able to do this. But this gears must be done as soon as we can. This is why, like I said before, why I've got this here and not in here is... If I run this in here, I can only have this up to 65. I've got this, well, I've got this at 85 at the moment. I don't technically need this in here now. It could be right the way down because of this here. But it's an extra 20% of, water that we can hold. That's why I did it. And obviously more water is a lot better than less water. I'm going to put this up. The reason why I put this up, because I want this to be filled. It's not very filled at the moment. Now, I could get a fluid dump and things like that in the future to be able to fill that. Or I just blast in here and open that up channel, and I don't need to worry about it again, which is probably the best way to do it. Now, talking about them sort of things for the future, I want to do something with this channel here. Where all the power, because obviously we've got 2 badwater. Obviously, we can't do anything with that at the moment. Now, we do have... Fortunately, we are on the iron teeth, so we can put a cap on them, and we can open it at will as we see fit as well, which you can't do on the fluctuators. But like I mentioned in other ones, we've only got we don't have, unfortunately, we don't have a second. We don't have a large water. We only have a single water in the Eintee, which obviously causes problems because three is better. Three is better than one, but that's the way it is. That's how the developers have done it, and we have to respect that decision. We just have to do what we have to do. I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to start pausing this again. I don't want too much for obvious reasons. This is now getting built. I know I've got it in slow mode, and apologies for that. I'm just keeping an eye. Oops, 85. No, not keeping an eye at all. That's now filled back up again. I want to fill it up for this because it's at the back that it will keep this going. It will go again. It will only take, as we can see now, it's going. That's perfectly fine. I don't have to worry. But I think the next player, I've got 12 left. We haven't obviously got any in there at the moment. I don't think, yeah, I haven't got any. We have got some more born, and that should, if I just scroll down here, I've lost one there and I lost one there in the previous 4, which was a couple of days ago. But I've got some born to be able to breathe in. So I've got to be careful. We don't want spikes. That's the problem in this. I mean, once you've got a few hundred, it's not a problem. But we're only just to say in the game, even though I'm on video number 4 hours. It's relatively new. So this should run this. Now this only needs 1. I'm going to put this as an important building to run. What could I get down? I'm going to send that down to 2. I'm trying to get this one. Right. It obviously found something else that was important to fill. I've got no one's in there. I've got, obviously, stacks of water. Now, if I can start to get this going pretty well, how are we doing with... obviously, I've still not got up here yet, which is something I definitely need to do. I'll need a couple of foresters to start filling this in. They cost... They're pretty cheap, but they're using logs. And I desperately need this to go. We're at 81%. So I'd like to have another one in there if I can. Or when there's one available. I could go down to... I'm not building anything at this precise moment. I don't think so. This is a... Okay. It makes sense to start moving the... I've got 146. I'll put this on. It could actually make sense to move the water instead of doing it there potentially. Possibly doing it here when we get enough. When I get enough. And maybe... I'm just trying to think how easy it would be for it to get over there. I'll just slightly push... but no, what I'm going to do is put this back up again. How is our water situation? Is it still full? It's still full. I'm not going to do anything now. Remember, I think the next one will be this badwater, and then the badwater starts to kick in. But also, you've got to realise the droughts will get longer as well. So that's why I desperately need this going. In some respects, I actually need 2 to go. Well, in fact, I need even more. I need to get another lumberjack here, so that's there, and then put another gear right next to it. But I'm keeping an eye on the children. Now, we've obviously got these born, and these are all full up. I've still only got 3. I'd like to get to 5, which will give me the speed boost. that contamination is, unfortunately, that beaver will die because there's no way I'm going to build antioxidants or anything like that in this. It's far too much to be, getting there to do it. Now, we are getting full of food here, as we can see. This is starting to get full, so it's going to eventually pay to decide where the next iteration of these are going to be. Now, I know I could build them on top and leave that there. But eventually, which I haven't got yet, which I want this store. And that might actually not be a bad idea. But the problem is it does take, as you can see, an enormous amount of logs. So it's like enormous amount of planks, sorry. Unfortunately, I'm only going at 80% here, which I would rather have had a bit more. It's because obviously I can't get the other beaver in. Obviously, I've got this going full, which I could obviously suspend, but I've got to make sure I've got enough of everything in this. We've got 1 day and 4 hours left. We got 4.4 days. Is that just under half a day? We're still getting this. I'm still getting these, so that's still going. I would like to start thinking about going up here as well. So I'll put another one up there. And when it's ready to... that'll give me a lumberjack, let's say there, and a lumberjack just there. Because that now will get all of this. There's not that many there. And these are free to actually build as well, so we don't really have to worry too much. I've got 3, which isn't a lot. I'll definitely unlock this. Right, we've got... I'm going to put this as a full, and I'm going to empty that. Well, that's already empty. So I'll take this out the equation. But the trouble is that I need some storage in there before I really do that, don't I? I don't think I've got enough. I could put some, obviously, again, I've got... Yeah, this is the trouble with this hard play, especially at the start. You've got to be really careful because you could lose at no time at all. I know we're running it. I know I'm running this on, obviously, on slow. But I'm trying to... I can go a bit faster now. Now, once this drought kicks in... See, the good thing about that is when the water's not going, I can still run this. This is why I put it here, and another reason why I put it in to start with. The droughts will get longer. I'm going to put this up at 2, and then I'm going to put this up at... No, I'm going to leave it until it gets there. So we don't lose any more water, because we've got practically full water there. I'm not good at how many... 13 days. Now, that is a really, really long... You see what I mean by the droughts on the hard are absolutely crippling long. I've now got... Aha, now I should be at 100% now. Yeah, now we're on the ball, so to speak. It would pay... I tell you what it would pay to... Get another leather gem back. As long as... You can see the little nodule. As long as I'm here with a nodule, it will allow me to do this. So I'll get another one. I've got enough, but the trouble is, what I want to do is, it's only using logs. I want the extra gear. it's so imperative that I start producing the larger for storage, for water storage. Because I'm going to need thousands. I need thousands within a short period of time. Now, obviously, these are still going to carry on. And I don't want to... I'm going to... Did I pause that? No, I didn't pause that. Pause that and pause that. I'm pausing these at the precise moment. Because I've got 25. I don't want to... I want to keep around the 30 at this precise moment. I don't want to go too far. I'll put this on. Now, obviously, these are all disabled. I've not disabled this. These are all full. Now, I've still only got 48. That's okay. I'm trying to boost up the planks. I'd now like to get this extra gear. It's so imperative that you build up this. It should work. I can flip this. It doesn't really matter which side it's on. It will get power from this, and it will get power from it because they're right next to each other. Then we'll build this, and then we'll get this going. I understand that it's using 25 of me planks, hence the reason why this. Now, I need to make sure that this is going to go to a 4. It won't run. I don't think it'll run at full speed with all these connected. But it'll certainly run. I've got quite a lot of food here, so that's perfectly fine. I don't want to enable this until I get water here, because I don't want them to have to walk all the way back there to fill out the water. Now, I'm going to have some water around, probably in these little cubby holes. Obviously, I can't have it in that cubby hole. When I take these down, because I'll take these down and put them to get the logs back to get that. Now, obviously, we've got this little reservoir. That's our safety net. Because I'll put this at 100, like I'm going to do now, and this will stay. And then when I start, I can basically get all of this water out. That's why I built that there, so I don't have to worry about making this dry. There's a lot of water there. We've got that one's not going yet. That probably means no available worker in district. Now, I could put this down to 1, which hopefully will make that go into 2. Nope. Put that down to 1. Come on. There we go. Don't know what else it went into, to be honest. These are not set to high, are they? No, that's not set to high. I'd rather set that down to 1 and set this to 2. As long as it doesn't... Yeah, that's fine. It was this here. Building will be slower, but it's about getting this. It's about getting this going. Now I've got the 4 going, so productivity will be at high-ish. I've got 10. Until I get enough, I will not start building this storage, and then I'll start enabling these. You see. I suppose I could put it. It's like, where do I really want these? I don't want them too far away. But I also want them quite close to be able to get down there. Now, it might even be worth building a... eventually that will go. That's not going to be there anymore. I don't need it. Like here. And then building some steps. Alright, building a ladder down there. Obviously, I'm going to need the second one, which is obviously 150. That will then, obviously, instead of having to go all the way around here, it'll go straight through this line. So it'll be closer to the water. 11 days. We're not doing too bad. I have only got 200 and... so I am gonna... do I really want to do that? No. This is the problem with... once I've got... I'm desperately trying to get this running. How are we doing? I've got the... I need a storage for the gears, don't I? A small warehouse. Where do we want the small warehouse? Let's just put the small warehouse somewhere close to... I'll put it here. And the reason why is because they're going to have to walk past this. And then that way that'll get full. It's because this can't do any more because we've got the 10. And that's why I think, why is it not doing anymore? There you see. And it's very close. It's on the road to put in where we want that. I've used all that. That's just got doing. I've got one that's grown up. That's 26. So I have lost one, but I've got that one as well. So I've got to keep an eye. I've got to keep an eye on that. If that gets low, this is the end of this game. I've now got 6. I've now got 14. Yeah, where do I want this to... I'd really like them close to this. I am going to enable this. I'm just going to... Yep. Yep. Pause that one, pause that one. That puts them really close to that. I'm going to redesign this. I think I can get another one in there. Because I'm moving... Remember, I'm going to move... All this is going to be in here. Because that's the... And I'm going to get another 2 here as well. I think I can get another 2. Water, water, water. Therefore, right down. Yeah, so I can... So that's the 5. And we've already got the 5. And then because that's a double stack, or a double depth, if you like, we can get that going. And it's not going to affect this, because I can shut this off to 100 and only take it from this here. But I am I'm running out of water, and I've got to be really careful. It's gonna cost me 20 gauge, but it's also gonna cost me 30 planks. Now I've got the planks. That's not the problem. I'm gonna go for the water, obviously. And I'll put... That's what I say. I'll put this one here. So I've covered all these within a short distance. All these are all covered. I can still use that to obtain water for other things up here. That's the planks in it. Ooh. Let me get another storage. Call that planks, I think. No, it's not a storage, is it? It's a stockpile. Let's get them to me still. Do that. Start doing that for me. There's the contaminated beaver. He's minus in speed. His heart's at the dinghy. Unfortunately, he's not going to last that much longer. The only... Well, if you can call it that. Alright, I'll have this one then. Doesn't matter. I'll enable that one. I wasn't supposed to be that one, but I forgot to pause it. And I don't want to get rid of it because I could lose gears. I think I should have the gears now. I just need the planks to go in. I've got to be careful of the log situation as well. That I've got beavers here that I should have got rid of. I've not got them in there, so I need to get them in there. To take down this, is it already cut? Cut? Yes, it's already cut. I can basically get rid of this because it's not doing anything anymore. This isn't doing anything anymore. Not that it makes any difference with the game. Now, I did in a recent, I'll go back to this now while we're waiting. I did in a recent play use a mechanical fluid dump. Now, they do have, I think they have one in here. Come under power? No, what does it come under? I'm trying to think what it comes under. It'll come under water, won't it? So we've got this fluid, that's another one. It's this one here. And I think it was in the waterfall. I think it's in the waterfalls. If you've not seen that one, where I enable it for something very similar to that. Because that's why I was sort of I thought, that's my idea. And I want it for that as well. Not got a clue how the hell I'm going to get the power over there yet. But because this is relatively close to our power source that we're going to have, it makes sense to have that. And I could also put the extractor in there. But that's going to cost me like 2,000 science points just to get going. So it's not cheap by no means. I am going to have to start getting water out here for sure. That's a gimme. This isn't done yet, but it's getting there. And I've got to keep an eye on the log situation as well. I've got all these logs that can be taken down. Are they set for cutting? No, they are not. They are now. I was a misplay. Didn't even notice that. I should have noticed them really because they got to the resin, but now we're getting these cut, which is good. More logs, more things. I think by the next bite, we might be in this play. I'm going to run out of water, so that's why I'm obviously planning on getting some. I didn't have... that's a misplay, because that means water... I need to flip that. There we go. Like I said, they are doing it, but they've got no place to store the damn thing. And that's a bit of an issue. I'm down to 96. I desperately need more water. I'll also pause some of these to try and get this back up running again. Because I've got quite a bit of food, but I'm desperate to get water back in. I think I might equilibrium this. So that's gonna push back through again. Just for now. We've got 8 days left. But I'm gonna have to... this is really dodgy. I need this to be built as well. That's 150. I think I can last for a few more days. That now is gone. That one now can get rid of. I pick up them. We're getting closer. I've got the planks I've got. I don't have to worry too much about planks. I am running out of... obviously, there is enough that I wouldn't be doing the science points, so... I've got, I think, about 800. Yeah, I can do 800. The berries is going down. Well, let's put the berries back in. Because berries is food, remember? So I might as well get all the berries. It's a sub, you know, if we haven't got cannoli, eventually I'll be changing all this to do obviously something else. Now we got the water. Now I'm going to start getting enough. Now I've got 700 spare. They will pick the closest water source, which I think it should be this. And we'll start to enable more of these as well. Let's get this online. Let's get this online. I'm trying to get all of these online. How many have I got? Still in there. How many? I've got 31. You see the 31. That's quite a lot of... And I've not enabled in this playthrough. I've lost all my adults has died of old age. I'm still only on 3. I need to get back. It's such a... Always... It's a Timberborn. It's such a hard thing to get going at the start of the game. But once you get going... people play it differently. I'm very cautious of how I play it. Now you can see the water. They'll start... These two will start filling this up. Obviously, I've got the third one coming in here. Because this is very expensive on planks. But I want the logs to be done first. I want all this water, because obviously these will be coming down. These will be gone. Which would give me more cannoli. I could, increase it there. But I could also potentially... I think I do need power, which probably means I'd have to take it from and maybe another one of these or something for now. Until I can get this... I want the power source to be coming through here. But I don't just want any power source. I want a large power source. Oh, you stupid man. Never mind. Never mind. You stupid pig. I should say stupid pig, should I? I built that. Put that in the way. Hold on, pig. Come on. Flip. There we go. It was perfectly fine to start with until I put this in the way. But it makes sense to have that in the way. So I've just lost a few... bit of time. Not much. There's enough to allow that to be enabled as well now. So I'm not going to run out of water. And that's why I've closed this. This can be pulled as much as it wants to. But this cannot, as you can see here. Now, you could put a fluid... I know it sounds bonkers. You could put a fluid dump in that would fluid dump and fill this back up. But it would take an enormous amount of time. I think we'll probably run out of water before this 7 days. So some of this might be quite dodgy. These will be fine. These are... the pines are not going to fail. But these do not like... do not like to be without water, so... It was a very long drought, that. 13 days for the cycle 5, but it's how it is. This is why I've shut this off. I have to shut this off, because all this water will go in here, and I'll drain that system there. Now, I have got the thing for a fluid dump. That's not the problem. Plant crops. I might actually plant them now. Now I've decided that I'm not going to go there. I might as well just plant them and use them. Obviously the gear's still here. Well, that's fine. Yeah, so I'm getting a lot more water because obviously I'm grabbing all this. This will go down. There's no two ways about it. But it'll only go down slowly. I'm running out of No, I haven't got enough for that one, but I can increase that. I've got 4 there. We are pulling... How much are we pulling, actually? Supplying, we got demand. So they're only going to be at like 80%. Yeah, 80%, but that's not too bad. If I get down too many logs, I will... This could be shut up. Yeah, that's gone. That's now... So I've got an extra one back again. These are almost... I've nearly got a full stack of berries there. It probably would... Storage. Do I do that or do I do that? There I think we'll do. And I'm going to do it berries again. The reason why I'm a bit worried that this will run out and then I'm back on the berries. The more berries I have at this precise moment, and I can get all these, you see, this is the thing. Might as well, at this precise moment, get them. You can see how much work's involved of working this out. We are draining this, as we can see. It's now down to 1. But that should be enough to... There we go. There's our second one, which is obviously now... I can start to get rid of these. Get rid of 4. And then we'll pick up the remnants from that. We do lose, I think it's 15, so I've lost 3 logs, but that's a small price to pay. The logs situation up there will go back up again, so I don't need to worry about that. And once these are gone, I'll put the food back in. Just casually put them in to keep this food going. Yeah. I would eventually like to get this changed to an oak. And I think I might... I don't understand why that's doing it. The reason why is obviously it'll give us more, but it takes 30 days. So it's going to take a cycle to actually get going. But these are in the 40%. So what I'll do is... plant trees. I'm going to clear 2 sections of trees. What that means is it's not going to replant these again. I'll then change them to oak. I don't want to get rid of them. Just leave them to do. And we'll slowly but surely move over to move over to oak. Plant crops, granola, and like that. I want to get some sort of these sort of things. I've not got far. I've not got far testing all this, so I don't really know. I don't even know, apart from the granola, any of the others yet. I have no idea. That's why I wanted to get water in here, because obviously that will flood and give me more place to plant stuff that won't lose the water. As we can see, very low on the water here. It may run out. This is almost really gone, but I don't care. This can be just kept pulling. Doesn't really matter. I've got 172 of 700 in the old bank. I've got 65 and 16 of them. I think I'm going to turn that on to be built as well. I'll keep with the 3. I'm not going to keep more than 3. It would eventually be good to blast this down, and that would give me more water. I mean, you could even these 2 out and blast all the way down there, but we haven't even got to the stage of blasting yet. We're going to need a factory and the things for that. I've got 500 and something left, actually. I don't think it'd be worth doing what I said. Getting this, I think it's going to be worth it. then we do that. I'm going to have to get rid of that. Don't really need that, to be honest. That then goes down to a 2. Is that going to work? Oh, no, I'm just going to have to walk. I can't go down with that. It'll have to be this. Well, that's fine. It does use quite a lot of planks. But it's a good walkway. If we use that. Because then they don't have to come down here. They can go into here as well. So we got both ways. And this makes this faster to get the... we're on almost 300. We normally filled this up. This is almost out. I will be out by the... Then we're going to have to worry. We know that more than likely the next one is going to be the badwater. The awful one. But I've set it up. I'm all ready to do it. And then we'll have badwaters and badwaters and more badwaters. So then we'll have to, once, you know. The longest drought, I think, is 30 days. Now, it will get to 30 days. That's why I've got to start doing these. I need a good 3 to 4 to 5. If I could get 5,000, let's say, in water storage, I'd be quite happy early on. So that's what we're building up to. I've got 182. I'm still... what am I worried? They're not dying yet, so I died of old age. So I've got to be careful of this. Once they come back on, I tell you what I can do. Am I getting science points? I am getting science points, which means I've still got a couple of building there. Obviously, the science back up again. I'm not too worried about all this being built. It's more of this. Now I've got 1,000, so we are getting there. I'll store the water potentially up here, actually. The reason why is because then I can potentially shut this off. As long as they do not get any bad water down this little... How did that get contaminated? Because I haven't had bad water yet. Oh, it was here, wasn't it? Yeah, that was it. Because they were doing this and they went down. Yeah, that was it. I couldn't understand why. They were doing this and the bad water came through. Damn. But we are getting, it's going well. There's the water in there. Now we're just almost out. So I've got 3 days. This will not last 3 days. This is why I'm desperately trying to get as much of this as possible, because I'm not going to have to replant again. I've got more of them. That's all out now. I might as well pause these. Tell you, oh well, I can't really put it anywhere. Damn. Let's mark. I want that out. There's a reason for it. I know that they're berries and things. I didn't need to do these, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, these can go. Don't need these anymore. Obviously, I've got these. I've got these now. There's 3. There's that, 900 and something in that block. Why was I pausing that? Sorry about that. We've got enough. I've got 200 in the old thing there, and 3 days left. It's going to be close. We've barely got any water left in our little reservoir overflow. Now, as you can see, now this is started now, so let's plant. I'm going to start planting the oaks in here. That's what I said. And they take an enormous amount of time to... you get out there. Don't want you in there. Even though you should be... They're not going to get to this. This is the problem. So I need to get rid of... Right. What I'm going to do is, because this is a long, long way away, is how many of these could I get in? Can I get 2? Yeah, I think I could actually. Get them to plant, because that way they don't have to walk too far back again. And just make them... And then I'll enable these, and all this will then fit in there. We've already got an oak in there. Can I enable this? Yeah. That's a lumberjack, so he should be able to get this, I think. Yeah, he can. He's going to come up and cut that down. Because this is, if you look, this has got 8 logs, where these have only got 2. But obviously, it takes 12, you know, it doesn't take as long. There we go. I knew I was going to run out of water. These will not take too long. That now is a pause. I might as well unpause these and get as much as that. Once he's picked this logs up, I'll pause him back again. Now we've only got this water here that's still pumping, and I will pump every single bit of water because it's not going to affect this. Well, it's gone anywhere. Right, and now I've paused that. Now, they're going to get this and put this in here, hopefully. That's the plan. I knew when it said 13 days I was going to struggle. But they're still running. And I've still got 31. We've got another one that's grown up. So everybody's grown up. So I'm going to have to... When this water comes out, I need to enable these again. Preferably as fast as I can. They're on 2. That's on 2. 2. 2. Yeah, they're not doing too bad. I can't do much. I'm going to bump this forward. So apologies for doing it slower, but you can see the problems. If you don't keep blocking, you'll miss things. These are okay. They got 13 days, so they're not gonna. But I'm still getting the water coming through. These are the only lifeline. See what I mean? I have absolutely now no water in there whatsoever, and I've got 1 day left, so I've got 300. Yeah, the meme is this is Sparta. No. This is Sparta. Bloody good game. It's a good film, that. I think I watched it a few weeks. Was it there last week? We'll make sure that we've got 1 day left of this absolute nightmare. Obviously, I'm not going to enable these again. These are going to go. Now, let's enable these. And we want to be increasing this water situation quite substantially. Now, I'm quite willing to put a large one right here, because then they won't have to come too far back. And I'm still going for gears. I'm still getting as much as I can of obviously I haven't got any more that I can easily get. It would be nice to get over there, though. This is a definite prime example of getting some what does that need? It definitely needs a 3. It's going to cost me 200. I think it's definitely worth getting. That would then need a 2. Obviously, these can't... Oh, yeah, they can slightly, but not fully. Right then. We'll stick that at 85. Now we know that this is going to be close to 165, I think it was. I can then we've just going to enable this, and this. Just this section here for now. Now you see what I mean. Now they'll replant this. But I've got quite a bit of food still there. Plant crops. Thank you. I'm going to go back down to at least one for now. So I can see everything that's going perfectly fine. That's fine. This has run out. I'm going to put this as at 100. And the reason why is I want this to be filled in. Now I need to have these absolutely going ballistic. Now why is that too far? Why is that not... Ah, I see. I have not got put a ladder in there. Put this at full. I didn't notice that. Now we're getting to the stage of this flooding again, so it'll flood this area. I am going to sort this out. I'm still not too sure what I'm actually gonna put in there, but we'll worry about that when we get close. I'm just waiting for this to get up to the full. Come on, there we go, 85. But it shows you with a 13-day drought, I'm right on the edge. If I get a longer one, I'm not going to survive. But I'm now starting to obviously get all the rest of the things online. Like I said, I've got 36. We're going to need a more, so let's get another storage out of this. Do I want them there? Obviously, I can have loads here, but I'd rather have water there. Primarily for the fact that I can get rid of this now. I don't need this. And I don't need that. Now, there is an option now to change this back into electricity and not have to worry about that up there, which is obviously, it's costing us quite a lot, but I'm going to have to then build all that, so it's like, I don't really want to. This will, it should be getting built actually, yeah. I've got so many days left before this runs out of, I can also plant more trees as well. Bearing in mind, I'm going to oaks. On this, just this section here. I'm only doing it on this section here first, and then I'm gonna obviously, as I'm going through, rank up that more and more and more. I could do with, if we remember, we have not got, the shelter is at minus. Not worried about the food. The wet fur is down. Broken teeth, injury, and contamination. Now, broken teeth is a good problem. I think that's in well-being. Where's that well-being? Campfire. Now, I could do a campfire as well. That might be a thing to make him happy. Teeth. There we go. Where do I really want this? I'll do... Wrong button. The reason why that was because I pressed the two-point hospital button, or the 2-point game is Z and X to rotate, where Timberborn is clearly makes sense to me, but obviously in theirs it does not. We'll put another one here, and we'll get that going as well. I don't think I've got the beavers. I'm down to 29, yeah. I've died. So I've lost 2. But we're getting these going. Now, these only increase when there's no work, there's no work for them. So I've got to be careful. I could shut all work off, do with them, and then shut the work, get the work back on. Now, there's also this here. I think in this playthrough, we'll start to think about the forester. Flip that. And get this done. I don't really need to... but obviously, they can't do that until I get down here. I know I'm losing using logs and things. The thing is, once the foresters... I'm getting two, because this will take a long time for a single forester to do, and then I'll just shut them off. So I'm not really worried about that. That now is being built, so we've got an extra water book there. I should be getting close to me 1,000. Yeah, I've got 1,200, but remember, I'm gonna want at least 5,000 as early as I can. I'm not enabling these; these are going again. So I'll get all this logs back. We're getting close to our... Oh, we are getting close. 56. I'll get to the stage where I think I'll finish it there. Because you know what I'm like. I get into this game and then completely forget. No available workers in district. That's probably because they're doing far too much of these things. I could turn off this and this, which is more likely going to now spur these two on to be filled. I need to get the water in. I'm not getting enough water in this playthrough to be pushed through. So I need all them to be filled. As you can see, the problem is he's having to walk quite far. This is why I wanted this to be filled. But anyway, I can't stop myself. Let's leave it there. I'll pause these now, just to remind myself. As I say, we filled that up with all this. I can't get that with that. I'd have to sort of move another one over there. But I've got quite a bit of berries going. And obviously we got the berries here. These are now re-enabled. I've not enabled them all, because I need to keep this up to around the 30 if I can. And we've got one born. So that's... because we're going to get probably 5 or 6 die at once. We don't really want that. Food is almost going to get... You see what I mean by saying food? It's crippling. I am going to enable that back, and I'm going to enable that back. I don't know whether that will get filled out, but it will get filled out when it gets filled out. We need all this food in really fast. So I'm doing that. I'm doing that while I'm talking. So obviously the water situation is now going to start pushing up really fast. So we'll get to... I'm desperately trying to get all this water in before any form of bad water comes in, and it'll come in. That's for sure. So let's leave it there then. No, just ignore me 2 seconds. Sorry. We'll plant some granola here. I might as well plant, because I've got they can reach it. Can they reach it? Yes, they can reach it. I don't understand why that couldn't reach it. That could reach it from there, but this couldn't reach it from there. It's probably the way it has to walk around. But anyway, that's about it. Right, so, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to check out pixdv.com for all of those videos. And we will see you in the next one. It's moving forward. It's slow, but it's moving forward. So don't worry about that. We have not yet had the first bad water, but we will get it. Anyway, we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.